This episode of the podcast is brought to you by our partner, Audible.
Yes, it is. So we are partnered with Audible. That means that if you are looking just to check it out, you don't want to put your card in and just take the dive. You can get 30 days for free on us. If you go to audibletrial.com/JATG or click the link down below, you'll be taken there. You can sign up for 30 days for free and just test it out. Like there's a lot of stuff on there that you can get for free, a lot of Audible exclusives. But what I really like about Audible is that out of the hundreds and thousands of audiobooks that they have, if you decide to purchase something, that is yours forever. Like if you decide not to carry on your subscription or you want to take a break or whatever it is, you can always go back and listen to that book whenever you want through the app on the internet. Doesn't matter because it's yours. So once again, you can get that for 30 days for free on us if you go to audibletrial.com/JATG.
We're not that professional, so I just usually just say we are live. Welcome,
Live.
Twitch Nation. I'm Johnny. That's the Greg. Badass Tina's joining us. And Greg, we have a guest. Would you like to tell us who this is?
Yes, we have my friend on. So this is Dre Lamparello. She is she works in LA, she works in New York. She is a makeup artist for special effects, beauty stuff, horror. She's a professional hairstylist, cosmetologist. She's a cosplayer, prop designer. Is there anything I'm missing? All around cool person.
I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Hell yeah.
So we met at a mutual friend's wedding, and she met my entire family and we just all hit it off. And
oh my God. Yeah. They are my family now.
Yeah.
I consider you guys my family.
And we just at one point I was like, hey, do you want to come on the podcast? And she said yes. So here we are.
Amazing. Yep.
Tina, you two have something in common, correct?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Yes,
You want to let us know what that is?
I've been a cosmetologist for 21 years. That's why I was like, I'm not going to ask her anything until.
Like, nice. Yes.
Yeah. So like as soon as I saw that on your Instagram, I messaged Johnny. I was like, he's a cosmetologist too. We're gonna have so much to talk about. I was so
hell
excited.
Yeah. I'm
this
this
is our secret plan. Johnny and I don't want to talk tonight, so you guys
Yeah. We
Sure.
thought the only thing you guys are missing are wine and girl time. So
Totally true.
Yeah.
Totally true.
Go ahead. Sorry, Greg.
I was gonna say I want to throw up her I'm gonna toss up a share screen real quick, just because
if that's okay with you.
I think it's important for people to see what you do. So I'm gonna do the share. Everybody should be able to see that now.
This is wild. Honestly, I don't know how to do any of this. So very cool.
That's okay. Johnny doesn't.
That's me.
No, that's okay. Greg is our man in the chair. He makes this function.
Amazing.
Makes this function.
And so check her out. I mean, right now, I believe Instagram would be the safest place to go.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh my God, it's a headache.
Because like last week, her TikTok got hacked and
on Friday. On Friday night,
ridiculous.
Oh no! Hey, can we go to the Mystique real quick?
Yeah, hold on. We're just for the folks out there. I am going to pop this into our chat, and I will share this if you're watching this on Thursday when we come out. You can find her links in the description down below. But definitely follow her. Definitely on Instagram. I will post your current TikToks because I know TikTok address. Because eventually, when you do get your regular one back, they're going to be pointed in. As well.
Hopefully. Yeah.
We also have a great little community of chatters on Twitch. So guys, get your questions ready as you listen to us talk to Dre. This is her Mystique, which is, oh my God, this is fantastic.
This is very cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
How long did this take?
So about like an hour, but it's actually maybe like an hour and a half. So I painted myself first, and then I went in. Actually, it's puff paint. Like it's arts and crafts puff paint. I went and I did that first, and then I painted myself blue, but you couldn't see it, so I had to go back over and repaint the black parts. But yeah, like honestly, it only took like an hour and a half, but what you don't see is the back of me is completely normal.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I couldn't reach back there, so it's just from the front.
So what are the what's the texture on your chest?
Oh, puff paint.
Oh, that's
and pasties.
Oh, it's all paint.
Yep.
Oh, that's paint. Okay, all right. I thought it was some sort of cover, or I didn't know.
Well, I am wearing pasties, but
I was gonna say, when I've seen other body painters that do painted cosplay, yeah, they cover up the nuggets there, and
nuggets,
whatever. But that's what, and then you can paint over so that you can get a full look. And I've seen amazing body painters like as cosplay. What I really like is when they're like, they're standing in front of like a blackout curtain, and then they use super dark black, then they can like shape their body to, you can't tell the difference between the curtain and the paint.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
so
that's awesome.
It's a really cool effect.
Up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are those contacts in, or did you color your eyes?
No, those are actually my eyes. So I figured, they're yellow. It's weird. I think my father was a lizard. Anyway, I just figured since I already had the freaky colored eyes, if I did this, it would kind of fit perfect.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut over to your LA Comic-Con reel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, that was my first Comic-Con ever.
And that is crazy to think that you've done all these cosplays and this is your first Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I made a lot of friends. It was a good time. But I mean, during quarantine, I got really into cosplay because I wasn't working. And when I work, it makes me happy. So like, I mean, sitting at home, I had to do something. Otherwise, I would go out of my mind. So we started painting our apartment first. Now everything is themed. It's kind of weird and twisted. We got like a haunted mansion kitchen and a tiki room bathroom. But I ran out of things to paint, so I started painting myself.
That's awesome. So that's how you got into cosplay. Is that it was the 2020 COVID? You need something to do.
Yes. Okay. And then like whenever I'm bored now, or like if I'm feeling a little down, I make costumes. And my husband's like, Dre, you need to sell some before you start making some. But like, right now I have 3 in the process of getting made. But I mean, it's October. It's the Halloween season. I have to dress up every single day.
Which one's Dre?
It's really acceptable.
I'm sorry. Which one's your husband, Dre?
The Joker.
Blake. Oh yes,
Blake is the Joker.
Blake is
got
the Joker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Who cut a very dapper Joker. That was a good mix between you two.
Yeah, because I was like, I mean, everyone does the Heath Ledger one, which I love him. I love him so much. And then like Mark Hamill, he's the Joker, great voice. I saw The Killing Joke once. It was a little too disturbing for me. I'll never watch it again. But my favorite Joker is from the Red Hood one. Like he's the right amount of like creepy and twisted, but he's funny, but it's not too dark. But he's like, you can tell he's unhinged. And I love that one. That one is my favorite Joker of all time.
What's that one, Greg? The one in the middle, black and white with a cigarette.
Oh, that was one of my clients. Yeah. So one of my dear friends is an actress, and she was collaborating with this photographer who wanted to do like this vintage but also slasher type thing. So yeah, like we made her look like she was like, pin up, but also bloody.
That's great.
You know what I can appreciate about this? It's not, you can tell it's bloody, but it's not too much. It's not bathed in it. We were talking last week. I don't know if you were listening or not, Tina. We were talking about scary movies that we can't, like, I know Terrifier's a big deal right now. And I am not a gore. I'm not a gore type guy. I'm more suspense. I think the original Halloween is one of the best horror movies ever because there was zero blood, I think, and it was just the sounds and the shadows and just just the way that he walked and
creating environmental.
Yeah,
exactly. Like even Psycho. Like you never saw any violence happen, but what I love about horror and like. I can work on gory stuff. I have to work on it in order to watch it. Like Saw, Terrifier, I can't. It bothers me. Unless I work on it, I cannot watch it. But yeah, like Psycho, like I love the fact that your mind fills in the blanks and it's 10 times worse. Like, have you ever read American Psycho?
Never read it, but
No.
I've heard there's some differences there.
There were moments I was reading the book and just like, picturing, I have a very good imagination. So I was like picturing, I would close my eyes and then I realized I couldn't read the actual book. So, but yeah, like your mind does so much worse than like actually seeing it, which, yeah, I mean, like that's what I prefer because your mind fills in the blanks. And like, that's what I love about like special effects makeup rather than beauty. Beauty is very precise. It's like, has to be perfect. Special effects, the more messy or the more like unclean it looks, the more real it looks. Because like, say someone gets a black eye, it's never going to be a perfect black circle. There's going to be like different colors in there, and the more like variation, the more real it looks. And that's why I enjoy that because it's messy and it's fun. Yeah, but speaking of scary movies, my favorite I think is The Conjuring. Like that is my
The Conjuring.
that is the perfect horror movie in my mind. I love it. It's so, and like it's got like a nice like wrap up at the end. Like movies like The Descent or Silent Hill where you're like, oh good, everyone's okay, and then they're not. That messes me up. I can't watch that. Like I'll be thinking about that like all week if I have any downtime. I'm like, wow, they actually died. And that's not cool. I'm not into that. I'm way too sad.
What was that? Was it The Mist?
Oh, yeah, I will not. I will
gosh.
not watch that movie.
That one was the one that I think fucked me up the most. Like that where like the dad and the grandpa and the kid at the end, right? Like in the car, I was sobbing. I was like, "That's bullshit." Oh, I was so mad. But I love psychological ones where it's like you have to think about it. Those gory like thriller like slasher ones I can't do. I'm just like, okay, that's just now you're just trying to do like jump scare kind of thing. I personally like Saw 1 and Saw 2. I think it was last October when we did the podcast, we ranked our favorite scary movies. Right, guys?
Yeah.
That's what we did last time. And that was so much fun because I'm like, oh my God, like there are some good ones in there, but The Mist, oh my God, that messed me up so bad. Like still to this day, I'm like, I don't even want to watch it ever again because
exactly. I'm right there with you. So like honestly, like this is really lame. I've been screening horror movies, so I know if I can or if I can't watch them. So like I'll go on TikTok. I would RIP. I would go on TikTok. And I would look at this girl who would give you the synopsis of every single scary movie. And I would know for a fact if I could watch it or if I couldn't watch it. So that's how I know I can't watch The Mist. And even hearing about it devastated me. And I didn't even watch it. So yeah.
I actually like The Quiet Place, like the first one. I didn't watch the second one. I really enjoyed it. Because that was
the
another
concept
thing.
was so different. I mean, the concept of that you have to be quiet and how hard that is from a filmmaking perspective to tell the story in silence.
Yeah, actually, so not to be a total like weirdo, but that totally bothered me because I didn't expect it to be completely silent. I was like, they're really not fucking talking. Oh wait, am I allowed to say that?
Yes,
are you allowed to swear?
Totally
You can swear.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Greg's mom might have a few.
If she's on,
prayers for you.
I loved is one of those things I'm like, okay, when they came out with a sequel, is it gonna hold up? Is that concept still gonna work in a second film? And it did. And then when they came up with the third one, I'm like, okay, they might be pushing it now. And
I think I can do the third.
The third one, which is all about like the invasion day, and it's set in Manhattan, and you're like, nope, they did it again. It still works.
Yeah, and I feel like they are talking in the third one, which is the first one. But
correct.
Okay, I'm totally cool with that.
And I just want to point this out because I so want to meet this dude. He's really
cool. He's a nice guy.
Yeah. But this was for a magazine shoot, right? That he did, and you did all of his him and his wife. Is that you?
That's me.
I was in that's
it.
you.
I was in GQ.
That's
me.
That's GQ. That's a GQ photo shoot right there.
GQ Mexico.
Got it.
Yeah.
John, this is Todd Stashwick, who is huge in Star Trek right now. Not that you know about that, but he's also one of these celebrity Dungeons and Dragons players, which you know.
Oh my god, he showed me the room. It was epic. Like I was just kind of like, yeah. But so it was before he announced that he was gonna be in Star Trek.
Okay.
So like this was like the promotional thing, and
Okay.
yeah. So I had worked with him on a feature before, and then he hit me up, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. And it was a very like low key shoot. There could only be like the photographer, the makeup person, and him. And he wanted to make it look like it was like an after party. So it was like, could you be in the picture? And I was like, okay. So I busted out some prom dresses and made myself look nice.
That's great.
Yep. And then, oh my gosh, that was fun.
Yeah.
So
what was this?
So it was a short film that my friend did, and it was about like Easter, like how like pagan beliefs happened.
Saturnalia?
Ostera was the goddess, but like because Easter is about like Jesus, but like where did the eggs and where did the bunnies come from? Yeah,
the pagan holiday that is around the same time. Yeah, the spring holiday.
Exactly. Yeah, so she wanted to put a scary spin on that. So her and I came up with this concept for like this creepy bunny monster, and she was like, "Yeah, like I just have to cast that," and I was like, "Well, I mean, if you want, I can do it. Like I don't mind." So I was Doug Jones in that moment. Like I was her monster, which was really cool. But the thing about this was I wore the sclera contacts, so my eyes were completely black. But I've got stigmatisms in both of my eyes, so I can't wear costume contacts. So the only way that I could actually see anything is if I turned my head sideways and looked out through the side, because then it would push the contacts on, because I just only saw all black. So I was pretty much blind while I had those in. And yeah, like my sensory issues were kind of like firing off because I covered myself in like glycerin, so I looked slimy and gross. Yeah, and at the end, like it was very cold, and one of the actors was like, "Oh, here, do you want a jacket?" And I was like, "Don't touch me, don't touch me right now. It's gonna stick to me." Like in between takes, I looked like I was just like frozen, like I could not move because like the glycerin and the stickiness and but it was fun. It was a good experience.
And so this is your strain. That's yours.
That was, yeah. So I made, this was during quarantine. So
how long did this take?
Honestly, like I'm not very good with time. Let's just say an hour. Like
you're moving pretty fast here, so I'm just curious.
I was a ninja. Look at me. Yeah, no, like relatively quick. Like my husband would go take a nap, and then I would have that free time to like, be crafty.
You just come out and you're like,
please tell me you woke him up like from a nap after that,
I would. No, honestly, like anytime I was doing because like I started doing videos during quarantine, but I was fine because like I had the phone and no one else. So I would just record myself. I'd get very embarrassed in front of people. So he would come out and I would just be like completely blue, dressed like a Smurf. And I would be like, "Get back in the room." And then I could go about my business. But like, I mean, it's all people I don't know. So I would just post it. And then like, so that's how I got into like TikTok and making videos and like doing stuff like that. But yeah, mainly like it was for myself. And like the second he would walk into the room, I would get all like self-conscious and embarrassed. But yeah, it's different like when you're just like filming something and it's just a phone. So but I definitely should try that. That is a brilliant idea. Yeah.
So I want to say like so Dre and I met on a Thursday night. They had just flown in from California and it was for a wedding. So we were doing kind of what is essentially a rehearsal dinner. I'm not going to go into the whole thing of why it wasn't a rehearsal dinner, but it was like the dinner before the wedding. And they just came in and our mutual friend, Emma, was like, "These are the Strulies. It's safe to sit with them." And so she came down and that's where we kind of hit it off. And it was that night, I think before I went to sleep, and I'm just doom scrolling and I'm like, I'm going to look up Dre and see her stuff. And it came across this one, which was one of my favorite Star Wars fan films. And I was like, so the next day when we're at the wedding, I'm like, "Did you work on that?" She's like, "Oh yeah, totally." I'm like, "Oh." So that's I was really totally cool. Geeking out about Shards of the Past because it is a fantastic Star Wars fan film.
That was fun. That was really fun. Yeah, they had me make him like, and okay, I looked up reference pictures. I did my research because they wanted Mr. Theory to look like he's the YouTuber who made the fan film. But he wanted to be in the movie. It was the first time you're ever seeing his face, but he wanted to be Anakin in the chamber or Darth Vader in the chamber. And so I had Blake assisting me because that took a few hours. We had to do his entire body, and then he wore green screen sleeves and pants and
for the
so oh my god, yeah, that's freaky. But yeah, so we spent a few hours doing that. We busted it out as good as we possibly could, and then like Obi-Wan came out recently, and it was like the same exact concept. I was like, holy shit, I did that first. But
did they look at my stuff?
Greg, go down.
No, I'm gonna show this one first because for those of you that have played Baldur's Gate 3, this is an amazing cosplay.
I've got a crush on her.
That was one of our first conversations. Dre had said something about playing video games and played Baldur's Gate, and my oldest daughter was like, yes. And as soon as you said you had an Orin cosplay, Kate went nuts. So there's the cosplay, or there's the character in the video game. And then her cosplay was just, it killed it. So
she's so like creepy and twisted, and I love it. And
she is very psychotic in the game.
I know, and then, not gonna lie, I always make my characters wear that skimpy little costume afterwards. That's what I do. But until they make Skyrim 6, which I don't know if you guys have the power or know anyone who could possibly speed that up. But
I'm working on it, but haven't quite amassed that level of clout yet.
Yeah, they need to jump on that. It's like coming out in 2 more years. They keep pushing it back. Messed up.
He's a great Bo-Katan for more Star Wars fans.
Yes.
Yeah. So my husband made the grave mistake of saying that I kind of looked like her.
Oh.
So
and you're like, okay, well, let's do this then.
Yep. So that was my obsession for a little bit, just making the costume and everything.
Hey Dre, did you know that Darth Vader has a sister?
No, wait. No, go on.
Her name is Ella.
Elevator. Elevator.
No, okay. I have to explain that for a second. Tina's
she's our dad joke central.
That was amazing.
Tina's
she's like, do you know he has a sister? I was like, okay, here we go.
I would say Tina, these are mom jokes.
That was fantastic.
As opposed to dad jokes.
She gives out mom and dad jokes, so they're free. And if you laugh for one, she's going to have more. So
I will have more later.
And you go ahead and steal them.
I loved it, and my friends are all total nerds, so I'm gonna use that for them.
I love it.
Yeah, the one
I just had to get in there somewhere because I'm like,
no, it was great. I was like, wait, I don't know this. How do I not know this? I'll let you guys in on a secret. Before I worked on that fan film, I really didn't understand Star Wars. I watched it because my husband loves it, my dad loves it. That was our thing. Every Christmas, I would take him to go see whatever new Star Wars movie came out. But I had no idea what was going on. It was just it would just go right over my head until I saw Rogue One, and then I'll never forget this because my dad is kind of this tough, you don't mess with him. He's great. Intimidating. That's it. So he loves Star Wars. And I saw Rogue One, and I was like, oh my god, no wonder I just was not getting this. It's a war movie in space. I don't like war movies. And I was like, Dad, I realized what it's about. And he was just so disappointed and was just oh my god, who are you? Because he was of course it's a war movie in space. Also, he's the type of person, and you'll be Baby Yoda, and he's his name is Grogu.
Oh yes, right. Yes.
I am sorry. Damn, do not mess with his Star Wars.
Did you know that Yoda has a last name?
Oh my god.
Tell me, what is this?
Yes,
okay, I'm ready.
Lazy Who?
Oh, yeah, actually I did know that. I was hoping for another dad joke. But yes, it is.
It is. What is it?
Yoda Lazy Who.
Yoda
Lazy Who. Oh my god. Yeah, I just caught on.
Yodelay hoo.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna save that one also.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
That's all-
I do want to
that's
get
all
us
I
like
want.
back on the big screen because I'm just like scrolling through your
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
right now. So I'm gonna stop the share.
There was one that I really liked that I saw. It was the 13 Ghost Princess one.
Yes.
I
Okay.
loved it. I
Oh
loved
my
it.
God. Yes. Okay. So I just saw that this past year because I never actually saw that movie. And of course, as I'm watching it, which is like he wants me to watch my husband wants me, he's been like dying for me to watch the new Mad Max movie. And I'm like, part of the reason I'm like, no, is because if I watch it, I'm gonna start making stuff. Like I'm gonna be like, I must become her. So yeah, I'm like, no, you said it's great. I know it's gonna be great, but I can't do it right now. But yeah, the second we watched that movie, I was like, oh yes, I'm doing this. And yeah, that was fun. But in that picture, I edited my eyes. Like so yeah, that was like some filter thing that made my eyes look black because I legit can't wear costume contacts, which is annoying as hell because it would make everything look so much easier.
I want to try, but at the same time, I don't want to invest in them. So you can get them prescription, which I would need. I want to try, but it's like put the money out there and then find out whether you can or can't. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I know. Okay, so that's what I've done. Like I've tried because like I do have an interesting color eye, but like growing up, my family, they're all Italian, they love brown eyes. So I was always like, I want brown eyes. But now I'm like, you know, it would be pretty cool if I could like have that whole blue crush thing where like one eye is green, one eye. So I tried on these prescription contacts for stigmatisms, but I don't know if like my eyes are like too bright or something. The only thing that you can see like the other color is a ring around my actual eye. So my eyes are still green,
still
but like the outside is blue. So like it doesn't look different, like which is such a bummer. Like they really need to like make costume contacts or like contacts for stigmatisms that actually have a good color.
The other thing I know is that my wife will absolutely hate it. Like if I do the costume contacts, like if I get the like the dark side red or even a full sclera, if I could do that, or that it would freak her out way too much. And she'd be like, I don't like that. I can't look at you for the rest of that. Because I do last year for Halloween, we did like a Raven thing where I put on the black Victorian jacket and I had this Raven mask and Krista had a bowler cap and it was all good except for the mask, what only came about here. So when I saw the pictures, I'm like, you know what? We either should have done the makeup or
like how Batman should be.
Yeah. Like, or I should have like it would be, and I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if I had like different color, like full sclera contacts to go with that. But and every time I think of it now, I'm like, I should do no, I can't do it right now. And now we're a week from Halloween, and I'm like, man.
Honestly, like I've got a ton, so let me know. I'll
just ship them out. Like let's give it a shot.
I mean, because I can't wear them.
Hey Dre, if you had an unlimited budget, what would be your dream cosplay? What would it be?
I'm gonna think about this. Let's come back.
Sure.
I'm gonna think.
Good. John, what's yours?
Yeah, please do.
For me?
Yeah, let's go around.
I don't know if I would do a cosplay.
You would too.
Like we have talked about it, Greg, but I've never.
You would though, like when we did Halloween a couple of years ago.
Oh, Halloween, yeah.
Okay, so think of.
Okay,
I mean, you had a good mask, like,
yeah.
But yeah, like if we had the level of costume where we felt confident that it was good.
Yeah, I don't know.
You and I almost did a cosplay one year. Like you were gonna go as when Daredevil was doing the full black for the Disney show.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You were gonna do that.
Good.
I was about 100 pounds heavier, and I was gonna do Kingpin.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
That would have been sick.
We would have done that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I thought of it.
All right.
And it's totally like bizarre, but like, have you guys seen the Penguin show?
Yes, it is
not yet.
Good.
Is it good?
The makeup. The makeup.
Amazing.
Okay.
The only thing that is real or himself on Colin Farrell are his eyes and his teeth.
Yeah.
Like everything else is a full prosthetic, but there are no edges. It is the most beautiful prosthetic thing I have ever seen. Character. Yeah, so I would totally do that. Honestly.
So you'd be Penguin.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Tina.
Yeah, well,
You can
What
dress
about
up
you?
as anything you want. You have an unlimited budget. Dre will sit there and put it all together.
Yes.
What do you got? Aaron Rodgers?
Oh God.
Not
Listen,
tonight.
I have my earrings. Okay. I have my
Yes.
earrings today. I didn't go all out
That's
in my
a
Packers.
football reference, Dre. I don't know if you're hip to that. Or...
I actually did. Don't really
Okay.
follow, but I know that name.
Okay.
I love Halloween. I'm a very big pun type of dresser upper. So like I was a quarterback. I made a quarter, put it on my back. I was
Oh, okay.
So
I
like
love
I'm not
it.
You could go
I
as a
don't
shark
know if I
attack. That would be fun.
would shark attack.
Sure. Yeah.
How would you do that? Just dress up as a shark and attack people?
No, I was thinking like you
That's
would just be
fun.
bloodied.
No,
Like-
you're the
like-
victim.
Oh, I would
You're
be
the
a
shark
attack.
attacking
Yes,
victim.
yes.
Yeah.
Got it. I was
Yes.
a dead car battery, so I dressed up as like I was dead, and then I had a Die Hard box, like I painted Die Hard on a box and had
Yeah.
jumper cables, so like I was a dead car battery. So that's the kind of stuff that I would do. So like I wouldn't dress up probably as I wanted, because I have all my gray, my ultra platinum blonde. I wanted to do
Yes. With
the
some
bride-
highlights.
Thank you. Yes.
Yep.
With some- she knows.
Yep. Yep.
And so like I was gonna do the Bride of Frankenstein, right?
Yes.
And that, but
Oh.
like, and I wanted to, but I personally, like, if I had a lot of money, I would just do some sort of like epic pun of some sort, just something, anything. I don't know,
Got it.
but
True.
not.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Actually,
dress up with anybody.
I want to change my answer. Any of the Universal, like the original monsters.
Oh, now you're
Like-
talking to me.
Yes, because that's why I got into makeup in the first place. Like,
Okay.
all of like Lon Chaney stuff and like like Boris Karloff, like all of that. Like that is what got me into makeup. I was like, I want to do that. And yeah, so any of
Yeah.
those, because I feel
Greg?
like at the same time, the way that they used to do it back in the day, it was all like
Mhm.
cardboard, latex. So I do have all the materials to possibly do that, which
There you
I
go.
have done before for like someone else, but on myself that would be fun.
Well, Halloween is Friday next year. We could
Oh,
do
really?
a podcast where Dre puts us all in Universal Monster, and then we host a podcast.
I would love that. Oh my god. Okay, someone has to be a werewolf though.
Oh,
I literally.
Greg and
oh my
I
God.
will line up for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jen-
Okay, I have all the supplies ready to go, and everyone's like, "I want to be a
So
be a zombie.
we're
I want to be a
werewolf junkies.
vampire."
Yeah.
I
like
love
we're
them.
big
They're my
werewolf,
favorite.
Like we love a
They're
good
my
werewolf.
favorite monster.
Okay.
I love them so much.
Yes, that's what I finally figured out. What if I had an unlimited budget? It would be a full suit animatronic mouth, and like I'd have the stilts that they wear to make
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yes.
yeah, that's the where I would do that type of a werewolf. But Greg, we never got to what you would want if you had unlimited.
Oh,
gosh.
yeah. Go on.
Well, I've obviously put too much thought into this because I'm like, out of the three that I want, 'cause
Let
I'm
me
like,
get out my list.
well, yeah, because there's like, there's the Ren
One
Fair
A,
costume,
one
like
B.
I would want the full Ren Fair thing, which was multiple because I'd want to be a Viking, I'd want to be a pirate, I want to be all the
Yes.
full suit armor, whole thing.
Nice.
I guess if I had to narrow it down, I would love like a Return of the Jedi style Darth Vader get up.
Ooh.
That would
I know.
with full voice modulation. I mean, because I'm already tall, I'm already kind of broad in the shoulders. I think I could rock that pretty hard.
Dude, legit. And those armors are expensive.
They're expensive, but with 3D printers now, I mean, you got middle school kids that are doing this.
That is true. Yeah.
The other thing I think that would require kind of a Hollywood level makeup. There's an anime character that they made 2 B movies out of called the Guyver.
Oh, the
And
Guyver.
I would dig a Guyver getup because it's
I will look this up.
yeah,
will definitely look this
it's
up.
actually really like the first one actually has Mark Hamill in it.
Okay.
Mark Hamill before he I think started doing the Joker, so he was just getting work, man.
Yeah.
And it's one of those like fun for I think makeup artists because it's like a bio boosted armor, so the armor is like comes out of the person's body and it sticks to them, but then the bad
sick.
guys are
Oh.
men in suit, kind of kaiju type of beings, and Then they made one.
Guyver.
Yeah, Guyver. It's
You look it up, Tina?
He's very, very muscular.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. The Guyver itself is not my body type. So let me look up
yeah, because I was thinking you were saying
Dre, while he's looking it
MacGyver.
up, I'm
like, if you were saying MacGyver, all you need is like a toothpick,
like a paperclip.
Yeah, no,
like
no, it's
no. Exactly.
Dre, you said, okay, so let me tell you quickly one of my favorite memories that I built a special bond with my mom was, you remember Sven Gulli? You don't remember?
More of
Okay,
a Midwest kind of thing.
Okay. Where are you? Is she not on the?
No, she's in California.
I'm in LA.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. For some reason I thought
totally
you were
good.
okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So
Sven Gulli, I remember him.
After Saturday morning cartoons, there would be the on channel 32 where we were, it would be they'd show the Universal monsters, right?
Okay.
You know, Wolfman meets Frankenstein, all that stuff. So me and my mom would sit down and we would watch those. She would also, that was the time where you could look up in the TV guide. Anybody remember those? And they would have a poster of what was coming out on like Friday night after the news. So me and my mom would stay up all night or stay up late night and watch those movies. So I have a huge, deep love for that genre and that specific group. But you said, going back to you said that's what got you into makeup. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is kind of weird. So when I was younger, we grew up, we used to go to Florida like all the time, but we went to Universal, and at Universal Studios in Florida, on the like movie side, they had this show. Actually, I think they still have it because there's an awkward story with that too. Where they showed you the behind the scenes and how they made all of the monsters and stuff. And like, I remember seeing all the monsters, like the movies, they would just be on TV. Like my mom would be like, it's too scary, but I would watch it anyway. And so like they showed you the behind the scenes and how they made it done, and like going to Universal, seeing like Frankenstein walk around, like I loved it. And they would be like, and we have this makeup artist from Los Angeles, California, showing us how to do special effects. And they would go about the show and how they did all the prosthetics and like fake blood and everything. And so recently, maybe like right after quarantine, I went with my husband and I went up to the stage and I was like, hey, like, I just want you guys to know, like, because of this is why I do what I do in California, like as a makeup artist. Like, I just want to let you know. And then I looked it up. It's an act. Like the person playing the special effects makeup artist in the show in Universal has like a name that could go either for male or female, and they're just actors. But like that, and seeing like the behind the scenes of how they did it, that definitely sparked something for me, because I grew up going there like maybe like 5 years old, I think. Like, so I grew up going and watching this show and then like seeing all the monsters walking around, but then also seeing it on TV as well.
When your love of seeing that kind of behind the scenes stuff, I'm in the middle of a documentary right now on Prime that's all about the making of RoboCop. The original RoboCop, 1985, I think it came out.
Nice.
And a lot of it is based around making the RoboCop suit and what they needed to do and how they had to figure it out, and how, I mean, the days before CGI, like how they had to do like the RoboVision and I mean, just painting on cells and then hoping it was right, and really fun stuff. And then when you get into the, the actors and what the Peter Weller, who played RoboCop, and what he had to do, and he's kind of a character already. And then and he was getting into it with the director. I mean, it's a fun little like 4-episode documentary, and each episode's like an hour, and I'm like glued to it.
Oh yeah, like that. And I forgot what it's on, but The Movies That Made Us.
Yes, like that's a Netflix thing. Yeah.
The Netflix, yeah, exactly. Like there's one like series of it where it's like all of the horror films. And I love that so much. Like hearing about how like oh my God, Robert Englund literally like went to the audition with like car grease on his face so he could look a little more evil. I'm like, that's awesome. And he seems like a really nice guy in real life.
I've heard that too, that he's like a big sweetheart, but you know, even when he's in makeup, like when the cameras go off, he's like, "Hey, everybody."
Yeah, and I love that. Like the fact that actors can like not do the whole method thing is nice.
Well, that's what they said. Peter Weller, he's like, "When I'm in the suit, you call me Robo." And like the special effects guys were like, "Sure, buddy."
Calm down. Calm down. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dre, have you ever seen the show Face Off?
Oh, okay. Fun fact. I actually got asked to do it when I first graduated.
That was my
makeup
question
school.
for you.
Yep. So I was asked to do it, but I turned it down.
Why?
So okay. First I thought like because you'd be in that blackout period while you're filming. So as soon as like I was in makeup school, as soon as I could start taking jobs, I started taking jobs. So like then taking jobs, you meet people. Honestly, it's all about like who you know and meeting people. Like if you have a good work ethic, a good attitude, great like products and like stuff, then you're gonna get hired. Like someone's gonna be like, oh, actually, I have something coming up. Can you do this? So I made a lot of clients and like connections during that period in school. And I kind of would have gone away if I had taken that job on the show.
Okay. Makes sense.
Also, too, like I was newly sober at the time. So I just didn't think that being on TV where you would, get perceived however they decide to do it. Because I know other makeup artists who have been on that show. And one of them I worked for, sweet, lovely person, like amazing. But they made them look like a total dick on the show.
Oh,
and like it was really hard to watch because
Are you saying reality TV isn't really reality?
I'm sorry.
Is that what you're saying right now?
I'm so sorry.
You're crushing my hopes and my dreams.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
really not naked and afraid?
I mean,
we know they're naked, but afraid probably not.
Yeah, probably not. No, definitely not. Yeah.
Bear Grylls. He could ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. Naked, so afraid.
So on that subject, right? Who's the best? Okay, I always like asking these questions. So you find out you're about to do makeup for a big time star. Is there anyone that maybe you can't say that, so I'm not going to let you bad talk anybody? Is who met your expectations? Yeah, so you sat there, you thought, okay, either he's going to be a dick and he ended up being or they ended up being a great person to work with, or vice versa. Like,
I mean, I've had my fair share of dickish people. It's usually the B-list people who are like, I am the best. Don't look me in the eyes when I'm working with you.
Do people actually say that? Don't look me in the eye?
Actually, I did have one job where they were like, do not speak to her. Do not talk to her. If you have to talk to her, talk to one of her people. Do not look her in the eye. Do not ask her about the content that we are working on.
So that's either Ellen or Jennifer Lopez, right? That's one of those two, right?
Sure.
I like how you put Jennifer Lopez as a B-lister. Like that's saying something.
I think she's a B-lister, but go ahead.
Yeah. But honestly, most of the people. So I've been doing a lot of music videos lately.
Okay.
And weirdly enough, like it's people that I used to listen to in high school. So like they'll be like, hey, can you like, work with this person? Or like there's a job with these people. Like, can you do this? And I'm like, sure. And then like I'm like manically texting my high school friends like, oh my God. But like, I'm cool when we're on set. I'm chill, like, and they're honestly very cool people. Like yeah, like I worked with All Time Low. They were the ones who were like, I've got your picture, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just sang.
No, you're good.
That's I love that song.
Yeah,
Maria, count me in.
Yes, exactly. I've worked with I'm trying to think. I worked with oh my God, they had the song about the ambulance and the artist in the ambulance. They were nice. Yeah, they're actually all so far have been just very like, humble and like not like when I hear like I'm gonna do a music video with like, rock star people, I picture like, sex, drugs, and alcohol, but they're not. They're just, regular people.
Well, I would think like if these were bands that were big when you were a teenager, and not that you're that old, but the music industry will there's a lot of churn rate in there. There's a lot of turnover. There's a lot of like, you're hot for now, but you're not anymore. So
Exactly.
the fact that these guys are still out here making music, I mean, maybe they're not packing out stadiums anymore. They're going like on the state fair circuit or whatever it is. They're just happy to be there and still be making music, man. I mean,
exactly, for
being
real.
able to make a living doing what you love doing.
Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah. It's all been nice. And then like there's other times like I worked with Jason Derulo during quarantine.
Okay.
And I got to actually make him a werewolf, which was very exciting. But we went to his house and he was just so humble. Like actually we walked into his mansion and I brought Blake as my assistant, just like, you know, speed up the process. And he came in the room with no shirt on. And I was just kind of like, and Blake was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And I was just like, but yeah, I do get a little weird sometimes, like just like a endearing sort of way. Like I kept calling him by his full name. Like but I mean,
excuse me, Jason Derulo.
Yes, yes, exactly. Like he was like, "Hi, I'm Jason." I'm like, "Okay, keep your mouth shut, Jason Derulo." Like,
at least you didn't sing it and be like, "Excuse me, Jason Derulo."
Derulo. I know.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Okay. Dude, so there was this one time, like, I was like, "Can I use the bathroom?" So I went to the bathroom, and me and Blake had this thing where, like, I'll be like, "Jason Derulo," and he's like, "Oh, yeah." And, so
I used his bathroom.
Yeah, so I was in the bathroom, and he was like, "Oh, yeah." And Blake was like, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, like I no one saw, which was really nice because that would have been very unprofessional. But yeah, like Blake was like, "Shut your mouth right now."
I would take selfies in every celebrity's bathroom that I come across. I wouldn't post them anywhere. It would just be for me to be like
on the back of your door.
Me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Jason
wait.
Derulo's bathroom.
I got another
Todd Stashwood's bathroom.
Yes, exactly. Actually, I should do that from now on. Good point. I will.
Just
and then I'm going to wake up Blake in different costumes. Different costumes, waking up my husband, sending bathroom pictures to Greg. Got it. But also, so when I was at his house, I was just, you know, making conversation and like, you know, I can be kind of a little awkward sometimes, but it's not unprofessional. But we were like kicking it. And I was just like, yeah, like every time my husband starts to get undressed, I play the trumpet song for him. And Jason Derulo was like, okay. That's we get into the car after, and Blake was like, "What the fuck, Dre? Why would you say that?"
Why would you say that to him?
I thought like he needed to know that that's what happens whenever you take off your pants. Like, you know,
that's that level of excitement that Jason Derulo had for that is every conversation I've ever had with Lou Ferrigno. You're like, "Hey, I loved you as a kid growing up. You were great." And he'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, so anyway.
Yeah.
Never say okay, and then he
never meet your heroes.
Yeah, that was
Dre, any in your career, have you run into any challenge with either your job or your cosplay? Anything that's like a huge challenge that you thought, whoa.
Challenge.
I'm not sure I can do this.
Oh, I mean, there was something recently where I was like doing a client's hair, and it was a referral, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm the most chill person in the world. Like, yeah, like you could literally shave my head, I'd be totally fine with it." And then there was just like drama after the fact that I did this person's hair, where like it kind of had me questioning everything. Like because like the person who gave me the referral was like, "Yeah, like we need to talk." And I was like, "Oh God, like what happened? Like what did I possibly do?" And like left me on red for like 2 days. Finally, I was like, "Hey, like I'm kind of freaking out over here. Can you tell me like why we need to talk?" And she kind of went off about this person that I did their hair. And I was completely blindsided because the client was like, "Yeah, I love it. I'm sorry I was so difficult. I love it. And I checked in with her multiple times, but the girl was like, "Yeah, like I took her to Disneyland because I felt bad for referring her to you," and like all this other stuff where I was just kind of like, so I was kind of in a funk for like a good solid 2 weeks. Like in the back of my mind, it was like, holy shit, I should never ever do hair again. Because
Wow.
like, of course, all of the good things just go out the window with that
Of course.
one
Right.
bad.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So I'm just like,
we-
oh my God, like, no, I need to like, rethink my entire life. Like, and then like I have other friends who are like, no, you're great at what you do. Like other clients were like, yeah, I love you. Like I love coming to you. But like that one just like kind of, I don't know, it freaked me out. Like
Well,
it just kind of put me in a funk. But
I can imagine like that, like that was one client, but like Tina, you see sometimes 20, 30 clients a day.
oh yeah,
not that many. I've seen like
I
I'm
don't
back up.
know. I don't
I
know.
know. No. I'm back up. Now this is me and Dre. Me and Dre are gonna talk now. Okay, so
yeah.
I've been doing. How long have you been doing hair?
Maybe like 10 years.
Okay. So, like I mentioned, I've been doing it for 21. And back in March, I ended up getting into a really bad car accident and had a compound fracture with a full dislocation of my right wrist. So I have a
Oh
plate with
no.
so I couldn't cut hair for 5 months. Now I
Oh.
do Johnny's hair. And I've been doing his hair for a very long time. And so my biggest like I'm back up now. Like I did 15 clients last Sunday. I did 14 haircuts and one bang trim in 7 hours, which is more than what I did before my actual accident. So I'm actually doing very well now, which like hearing you say the same thing that I think, it's like, well, if I fuck up one, it doesn't matter that I did 100 great ones, right?
Yep.
So like Johnny knows that. I mean, I just cut his hair the other day, and I will go over the same spot 7 times just to make sure, and I will look at it at a different angle. I will look at it over here, not just for the perfectness, but when you're in the mirror is literally 50% of what you're dealing with, right? 25, well, more like 25%, because 50% is me, 25% is the client, and another 25% is that mirror. So I have to utilize that because yeah, I see it from this angle, but like somebody's going to talk to them from this angle and somebody's going to see them from the back, and I just go around because my biggest fear is that somebody left my chair, went home, went out somewhere, and they're like, what the fuck did somebody do that?
Yeah.
And so like I get very, very paranoid, very anxious on how I do people's hair. Now, I stopped doing color for that reason because my perception of blonde is totally different than your perception of blonde, right? And so people lie about their hair, what's in their hair, what they've done, how much
And
color
that's what
they've
this
done.
girl did.
And so if they lie to us and then we're the ones that are like, well, you didn't tell me the truth and now I'm supposed to be a miracle worker. No, you are a fucking asshole. So like we try to be as professional as we can, but at the same time, like we're human and I'm not going to take all the responsibility of what you didn't tell me, of what you didn't do because you were embarrassed or ashamed or didn't want to just pop up to the fact that you also have to pay 3 times the amount because of what you've already done. And now I have to fix it. Right.
Yeah. They just want it done for free, pretty much.
They want it pretty much. So like for me, I specialize now in men's haircuts, but you give me any woman's haircut, I'll do it, right? Like I have no problem with it. But I will take my time on it, which is the difference between me and a lot of other stylists that I either worked with, will work with. And it's because I have a lot of pride in what I do. And if I didn't make that one person happy, it'll put me into a really bad depression. And I didn't even know if I was going to be able to cut hair again. So
That's horrifying.
Yeah. So like, I really tried my hardest. Like I go to OT, I went 3 times a week. Now I go twice. I basically do rehab 3 to 5 to 7 hours a day now when I cut hair, because that's me getting back to what I love to do.
Yeah.
So like not making somebody happy, like making somebody look good, making somebody feel good, giving them that is what makes me feel good, is what makes me who I am. And that's just horrifying to hear that somebody would actually be that rude also to tell you, oh, I had to take them to Disneyland. What the fuck kind of entitlement is that? Like, that's not, why don't you just say, hey, listen, that person just wasn't as happy. They didn't know how to tell you. I'm just letting you know. But you don't need to go and tell me that I had to do all this extra shit to make them happy when, like, all you had to do is tell me up front, and I would have been able to do everything that I could have to make you happy. But you decided
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get onto that if like life takes a wrong turn for me? Somebody takes me to Disneyland. How do I get on that?
Yeah, really. Can I have that?
I know,
Can I,
for real.
because that's kind of cool. That's like that would be
real.
amazing, you know.
I'm like, holy shit.
My God, Tina, can you get a bigger cup? Can you get a bigger cup? Like what the no, no. The drinking cup, not your yes.
Johnny, come on.
Yes.
That's
We're
what
not that kind of show.
I mean, and it does say, don't get me started. I don't come with breaks.
Yeah.
I like that.
All
I
right.
like that.
I think it's only like, I don't know, it's big. But I like them big.
Stay hydrated. The opposite
They're
of the
very
Dos Equis
hydrated,
thing.
but it's coffee, but you know.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Dre, I do
you
want to
also
ask.
You also mentioned that when you were newly sober.
Yes.
So,
I have 13 years sober.
And that's drinking, that's like
alcohol, everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
I am on the straight and narrow. Or no. I mean, like, I'm pretty whacked out as
sober.
it is. Yeah.
But you don't need it. That's the thing.
Exactly.
So yesterday was my 5 years of me not drinking. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then in November it'll be a year that I haven't smoked any of the Maria Juanita.
Congratulations. Fantastic.
But in January it'll be 16 years that I quit smoking cigarettes. So like
that's hard. That's hard. I mean, I'm still on these things, so
it's okay. One day. But that's awesome. Like, because we're the type of people that we don't need to have it, and it's okay. And I don't care about anybody having it around me. I don't know like about you. Like, you do like last night I went out and everybody was doing tequila shots and me and one other person were the only ones not drinking. And I'm like, if you want me to drive you guys, I'll drive you guys, and then somebody can come and pick up the car. Like, have fun, do what you need to do. I'd rather like enjoy it that way than have my blood pressure be all the way up to here. And
exactly. No, for real. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like the only time it ever really bothers me is if people are doing it like 24/7. Then like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna jump this counter and chug a bottle of Grey Goose. No, it's like I start to have like a pity party for myself where I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna have fun like that again. But like that's not fun. Like, yeah. So yeah, that's the only time it ever like really bothers me. Like with some family members. Like if you go there and they're starting at 9, they end at bedtime and they do it all again the next day. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? But yeah, no, honestly, it's not bad. And that's better. Yeah. So no, that's amazing. Yeah, it's like
13 years. That's awesome. What got you to stop though, if you don't mind?
No, that's totally cool. So I it was the day before Thanksgiving 13 years ago, and like it was weird. Like I had lost my job, my car got totaled. Like it was just like there was no way for me to keep going. Like I kind of hit rock bottom. And then I went through
country song.
Yeah, for real. I went through 3 different rehabs thinking like, no, I'm fine. Like this is so, but like nothing ever got better. Like I just kept getting into more and more trouble. So eventually like I was like, I don't want this to happen. Like I finally realized like I have a problem. And then like I came out to California, got sober, and like found what I love doing. And then like, found like a good group of people. Like I started over with no one thinking about how I was back in New Jersey back in the day. Like I made Kesha look like, polished. Yeah. So yeah, like but like
were you friends with Snooki? I mean
no, they are from Staten Island. They give us a bad rap.
Damn it.
I know, for real. Actually, I almost did because for my birthday, like last year, 2 years ago, that's it. We went to Vegas and my husband got us tickets to Omnia, and then we were gonna go see DJ Pauly D. But it was like It was
TTM.
11 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm tired. Let's go.
I'm done.
But like, yeah, I did the whole Vegas club thing. Like, I was like, yeah, lived my best life. But like, at the same time, I love dancing. Like, you can get me on a dance floor. Like, as long as there's good music, I will be there the entire night. I don't need alcohol or anything. But we went to this club in Vegas, and I was like, oh, this is exciting. But literally, like, there was no room. Like, you couldn't even like wiggle because they were like people just on you. And like,
I hate
yeah,
that.
like just like the men with like their unbuttoned shirt and the sunglasses on, just like, and I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, and they'd just be like dancing, and I was like, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm gonna kill someone. These people are touching me. Yeah, so, but I got to go to a club in Vegas, so woo.
My boyfriend's nephew got married back in June, and it was hilarious because I did not leave that dance floor except for 3 songs.
Yes, exactly.
3
and that
songs.
is me. Yeah, for real.
And it was so funny because his like one of the nieces told the other sister, like, oh my God, like how much, like, she's like, how did she say it? What's Tina drinking? Like, what's Tina drinking? Whatever. And Anna's like, that's Tina's sober. Tina doesn't drink.
Real, dude.
She's
Like,
drinking water.
Fucking awesome. You see me, I'm like, yes. You know, it was. There's one picture where like we're jumping, and you can visibly see our feet are like this much off the ground. It was great. I'm like, no, just give me some good EDM, some good rock, some good music. I will sing, I will dance, and you will not get me off that floor at all. I did not leave that floor except for 3 songs. The entire night.
Like my jam that will like, and I don't care. Like, I know it's overplayed, but I can't even listen to it in the car. Other words, I will cause an accident. Cha-Cha Slide will get me on the dance floor every single time.
Slide.
I love that shit.
I have a theory on that song at weddings. I only believe women should do it because they look the best when they do that. Cha-Cha Slide. They look like so like my wife looks amazing. I feel my wife looks amazing anyway, but I love it when she does the cha-cha slide. Now she's got my little daughter doing it with her, and it's just it's awesome. I sit back, I watch, and I just smile. But
they were doing the Little Wayne or whatever it was, like, to the window, and I'm like, well, what's down my balls? And I mean, I was like, it was so good.
Yes.
So
no, oh my God. Honestly, when I'm doing people's hair, it's either the soundtrack of Skyrim, just like, you know, zen out, or it's early 2000s music, or like 2010, like when they had the good shit, like, like that song.
Can I get a what? That
song? Or anything by holy shit, what's his name? Not Daddy
Sean
Yankee.
Paul.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Anything by him, I'm like, we got the right temperature. Yeah,
him,
all that
Pitbull,
Mr. 305?
Yes, Mr. 305 worldwide. Mr. Worldwide.
Yes.
Which have you seen that dude with hair?
He's handsome with hair.
Pitbull with hair.
He would be unstoppable.
I'm very partial to bald men. I really like them. So.
Okay. So I never realized. I guess I have a type. Like, okay, so Loki, not Tom Hiddleston. Loki, like long, floppy, dark hair, or Jack White, or the Winter Soldier, not Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Yeah, like if you have long, floppy, dark hair, you're a little pale and tragic. I'm like, baby, let me fix you. But I'm staying clear of that. Like, 'cause Blake is just beautiful and the sweetest man ever. But like, you know, if he let his hair go floppy, like, it'd be
the
nice.
Dude from the Corpse Bride. I mean, he had the floppy hair.
Oh yes, the floppy hair, the dark floppy hair.
I like Jax from Sons of Anarchy. I like him. Like that. That's a good one right there. Mm-hmm.
I saw him once walking across, like, I was going to the Grove over in Los Angeles, and I stopped to get gas, and my ex-boyfriend loved Sons of Anarchy, like loved it. And I was like, yo, like, is that your guy? And just the way that the sun was setting and just like hitting his hair, like this man was glowing.
He went into slow motion in real time.
Did.
Just like
he did. He was like, and I was like, I was like, no wonder you watch this show. Okay. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
I do want to ask, because you've mentioned a couple times about the work environment in LA right now. Like productions have, and I just saw a full-on news story of this the other day where they're like, production hasn't cranked up post the strikes as much as they thought it would. How's that going for you guys? Is there any like direction that's heading, or they're like, nope, this is just the new norm?
I guess I don't know. I'm really hoping it turns around because like me and my friends we're all talking about the same thing. Because like, I mean, I'm lucky. I have been getting work, but like last week, I didn't have anything on my calendar. I was like, wow, this stuff. But then I got last minute jobs. So same with this week. Like, I mean, I don't really have anything coming up, but like things just come out of the woodwork. But it's not like how it was beforehand, where I would be booked up like weekly. Like I knew ahead of time, like, oh, this is what my schedule is. Like I'm good right now, like, because I freelance. So like it is a little intimidating because like, but like as far as work goes, I heard like people are going more to New Mexico, they're going to Georgia. Actually they're building a huge Netflix studio in New Jersey. And it's kind of funny because my family's like, oh, you should just work there. I'm like, doesn't work like that. Like it doesn't work like that.
Dre,
like,
what do you think that why is that? Why do you think that's like that it's struggling now? Because I've read an art I didn't read an article. I read the title of an article that said Hollywood is dying.
Yeah, I think it's I think tax purposes. Like you can film things elsewhere cheaper. And yeah, like I think that's it. Or like I mean honestly the goal would be like move to what is it, Vancouver. Like everything is filmed in Vancouver. Like all of my favorite shows, Vancouver. But yeah, no, like if I could get work on the East Coast, that would be better. So like honestly, maybe it would be good if it went back east and then I can go like spend more time with my family because I love what I do. Like I don't want to move unless like I have work lined up because like what I do makes me happy. Like yeah, but I think honestly, I think it's because tax purposes. I just know like everywhere else is less expensive than California. Like
yeah,
even
California is really hard to live, right? I mean, it's hard to do anything.
God.
Just everything
For real.
Ocean at some point. So I mean, really, it's going to be almost like another Hawaii. You know, just be off in the ocean. Everything's going to be imported.
It's just going to fall off.
It's going to fall off.
And like California, I don't love it. Like it's got palm trees, but when I first moved out here, I was picturing like Miami. Like I was picturing like, you know, like nice, warm. It's a desert. So in the morning it's cold, at night it's cold, in the shade it's cold, when the wind blows it's cold. And I'm always cold. So I'm just like wearing my North Face all year round, or like I just have sweatshirts in the back of my car because like middle of the afternoon it is hot. But like air fryer hot where you just feel like your skin is just gonna burn off. Like at least with humidity, you're kind of tricked into thinking that like it's not that hot because you're all sticky. Yeah, like I felt like a vampire like during the heat wave because like I took my dogs out. We were all like, hell no. And we came back in. I closed all the blinds, turned on the AC, and we were just sitting in darkness. And I was like, this is really sad. But yeah, like it's the difference between like humidity and like dry heat is so crazy. And I didn't expect that. But yeah, I'm here.
Besides cosplay, what do you like to work on the most? Like, is it vampires or is it werewolves or is there a dream project?
Stuff? Is it just on screen?
Yeah, special effects. That is my favorite. Like honestly, like horror, I love it. Like I said, like if it's gory slasher, I can do it. I can work on it. I can make it look gross. But that's the only way I can watch it. And yeah, like it's fun because like this is also kind of messed up, but I love the fact that people can watch what I do and not want to sleep. Like I can mess with them so bad. Like I'm making their skin crawl. And like I'm just like, that was fun. I remember doing that. But yeah, like I love that effect. Like also just I mean, like in general, like you're watching a movie, you're forgetting about everything else. Like you are invested, like you are in that world. And I love being a part of that. Like even if it's like 14-hour days, it's exhausting. Sometimes there's no AC, like people are sweating. But like the final product is why I love it. And like especially with special effects, like the effect and like the the overall vibe is just
Mm-hmm.
fun, and I love that because like I like seeing the finished product and knowing that like yeah, what I did made your skin crawl. Like,
Well, and
yeah.
when you're saying like on set, you can do those kind of things that doesn't gross you out too much. I think what people should understand, I think it's pretty common knowledge, but some people might not get it, is like what they're filming like on set doesn't quite look like what you see after post-production and everything else in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about, I just read, so Nosferatu is a movie that's coming out Christmas Day.
So excited.
Yeah, I know, remake of the original Nosferatu film. Very excited for it. All the scenes that they filmed, like the Transylvania scenes, 100% lit by candlelight. Like they didn't use any stage lighting. It is, they used full-on candles.
Oh, dude, that had to be a nightmare.
The lighting guy was like, it was terrible, but the director wanted the look of natural candlelight.
I mean, that's fantastic.
They would put up the shop, bring in the stand-ins. Like, is that good? No, we need more. Add more candles, and they just had
oh my god,
literally
but like also
hundreds of candles on set.
That is amazing, but at the same time, like watching stuff like that, like or even like yeah, for example, like that, like if I'm watching that, I'm like, holy shit, the continuity must have been such a
that'd be tough.
Like because as soon as like the candle starts to melt a little bit, they have to swap it for a new one. And like,
just, how about the idea that much open flame on a set? I mean, it wasn't that long ago that they tried to do a remake of, was it Waxworks or House of Wax?
House of
Wax. That like,
I love that.
It literally burnt down half the warehouse or the studio or something like that because they had so much wax in like the final scene.
Yeah,
something caught fire, and they had there's footage out there of this very quickly lighting up, and they had to evacuate. I think it what's the
you're totally right.
Big studio in London where they filmed Star Wars and
I don't know that.
Oh gosh. It's gonna come to me later. But whatever the big studio was that they had there, Pine Hill, Pinecrest, Pine something.
That sounds familiar. Pine Hill.
We talked about that at one point too.
And like they burned down a huge part of that lot
because
that got out of control.
That sucks.
And so when I read that, I was like, I bet they had fire marshals everywhere just on standby with like the fire extinguishers,
ready to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. All right, Dre. I think we've kept you around a little bit longer than our
usual time slot.
Yeah, our usual time. And I would love to sit here and talk to you more, but we understand you're a busy person and you want to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Greg, you want to give us a polyjamoury here?
Sure, we could do that. To go along with Dre's love of the early 2000s, I found a band by the name is Rose Colored World. They're an LA pop punk band based in LA. Early 2000s. Addison and Ray are the two main people. Duo combines catchy melodies paralleled with honest, self-reflective, and narrative-driven lyrics. Addison and Ray describe their music as a safe place where people from all walks of life can feel accepted, seen, and celebrated for being exactly who they are. To me, when I came across them, I'm like, that's got a real like Paramore kind of feel. So let me do the audio sharing magic here. And here we go. This is Rose Colored World with their song Cold Day in Hell.
Somewhere inside, give it time so you can breathe. Baby, it's not easy. Yeah, I know that'll be okay. Not the first
Go check
Send that to
out.
me. Send that.
Yeah.
You
to
like
me.
that, Joy? You like that, Joy?
You can have the
Yeah.
entire playlist. It's polyjamoury or polyjamorous with Johnny and the Greg. It is available on Spotify. We always link it down below, but I will send it to you personally because you are a friend.
Oh, hell yeah! Thank you, my cousin, uncle, family member.
Cousin, uncle, family.
Oh, by the way, I found we did dinner last night with my family, and I'm a grand uncle now. My brother had his first grandchild, and so my kids are like,
Congratulations, sir.
they're like, "You're Grunkle. You're Grunkle Greg."
Grunkle
So
Greg.
I am Grunkle
Grunkle
Greg.
Greg.
I love
Greg.
it.
Awesome.
Well, it was
Tina.
awesome meeting you guys.
It was awesome meeting you. You're not done yet. Hang on here, because
Oh,
Tina,
okay.
she
No.
loves to
Yeah.
give her little bad jokes of the week. So
Oh, yes.
give it to us, Tina.
Why don't witches wear underwear?
Why?
Just heard this one.
Don't mess. Don't.
Okay.
Greg.
Okay.
Wait,
Dre.
I don't know.
To grip the broom better.
Oh my God, no. No.
I don't normally do like gross ones, but that's my
Yes, you
favorite.
do.
Yes, you
that
do.
is
That is
funny.
such bullshit, Tina. You totally do gross ones. What are you talking
No,
about?
honestly, it's just like, dude, the fact that I just pictured it, just, yeah, no, but that was
Right?
good.
Yeah.
That was
God.
great.
Don't
Right?
Google lips that grip. Just don't do it.
Oh, no.
Too late.
No,
Too
no,
late.
no.
Oh God. Jesus. Just kidding.
My mind.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right.
That was wonderful.
Today is National Chicken and Waffle Day. Have you guys ever tried that?
I love
Oh.
chicken and
Yeah.
waffles.
Chicken
Yes.
waffles.
Yes.
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 I haven't had the guts to try
It's
it.
fried chicken and waffles. It's
Yeah.
not. It's,
Yeah.
Don't
It's
think of
quite
like the
nice.
flavor combination being something that you don't think it is. It
No,
is
with
exactly
some,
what
with
you
some
think it is.
syrup. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
is
Yeah.
nice, yeah. But they're usually separate, but you could eat them together if you wanted to.
Good. Yeah.
So
Some
it's
places
nice.
put it on top. You know,
Yeah.
That's a little too wild for me. That's too crazy. But yes,
wait a
I
second.
approve.
So we have Kuma's Corner. Have you?
Oh, yes. I know what that
Okay.
is. Yes.
And their sour vein is chicken and waffles on top of the burger. So that is what I get when I go to Kuma's. Look up Kuma's, Kumas, Kuma's Corner. And there's two locations, one in Schaumburg, one in Chicago off of Belmont. And that the original one is the one off of Belmont. And everything is named after some sort of band. So like there's Metallica.
Yeah, hard rock.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then they play like massively hard rock inside. It's a great. I love this place, right?
Yeah, Greg,
And so-
can you imagine me walking into that place and having a hamburger?
No,
I did.
I can't.
It didn't last long.
I was gonna say you would eat and leave, and I'd be in there like, we're leaving.
I was like that
I
old
like
man
it
going,
here.
"Can you guys turn the music down,
Right,
please? I'm
right.
trying to enjoy my burger."
Slayer was my favorite, and Slayer is their most popular burger. And what it is, it's a bed of fries. It's an open face burger, bed of fries, a 3/4 pound patty, topped with chili and andouille sausage, caramelized onions, scallions,
Whoa.
and anger. Anger is jalapenos. I love it, but it's like too much, right? But
Yeah.
sour vein. But everything that you're reading, that's the description, goes on top of the burger. Their mac and cheese is to die for. It is phenomenal. My son, for his birthday, every year we go to Lincoln Park Zoo, and then we come back, and that's where we go to eat.
Right.
And but sour vein is my favorite burger there now, and that's the chicken and waffles on top of the burger. Just look it up.
Good
It's
Lord.
Kuma's Corner. It's amazing.
That sounds fun and crazy.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. Yeah, and it is loud. It's who cares?
Well,
And Dre, we did talk about you like coming into Chicago. And
No,
that's
we
all.
totally have to.
So,
I've never been.
there you
Need
go.
to go.
yeah.
And
There
now
you
we're
go.
gonna check out Kuma.
We'll make it a
Yeah.
date. Mm-hmm.
Yes, all of us. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Johnny
please.
and the
Oh, yeah.
Greg. Johnny and the Greg, not brought to you by Kuma's Corner.
Unless
Just
they
good-
want
some
to,
good old
unless they
chicken and
want to.
waffles.
I mean, I'm
No,
not
I
gonna,
mean we like Tina needs to get on that. She just
Yeah.
totally sold that.
go ahead and
so-
reach out, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
No.
God. Sponsorship, giving you free
Yeah.
burgers all life.
Yeah.
There
Yes.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Greg, new segment. Tina, I don't know if you know about it, so we'll start with you. Tina, what did you learn today
In general or from here?
from here?
from here.
From here,
Yeah, you're supposed to pay attention during this. Yes.
got it. that when you love what you do, you're the happiest. And I'm glad that I found somebody that I'm talking to somebody that understands that same passion. So,
Yes.
you know, yeah. And it's, yeah, I had so much fun. Like I looked up your entire, you have like 5,300 posts. So I'm like, okay, let me scroll. But I enjoyed it. And it's really nice to see somebody that is following what their heart does, and that's what I do. So
Yes.
yeah. So thank
Right
you.
on. Of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
Greg?
Yes.
Oh gosh, why did I have to go next? Well, Dre and I covered so much in a weekend when I met her. Gosh, what did I? Oh well, I'm really interested to see if I can get Dre to name drop who she doesn't want to work with, like when we're not recording.
Yes.
Oh
that'll
yeah,
be
I
fun.
can definitely do that. I got you.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. What did actually, Dre, did you learn anything today from the show?
I did.
What'd you learn?
Yoda has a last name, and Darth Vader has a sister.
Works for me.
Boom, baby.
That works for me
Boom,
too.
boom.
That works for
Hell
me.
yeah.
Um,
And witches don't wear underwear.
yes.
They're all from me. Yay.
I'm so happy I know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna hear that for a long time, Dre. Thanks. The one thing I learned is that Tina can have a joke for any occasion. I didn't know that was possible, but now that she does.
Fantastic.
So anyway, that's our show. Dre, thank you very much. You have been one hell of a fun guest to talk to. I would
Thank
love
you.
to
You
talk
guys
to you
are
some more.
awesome.
I would love to talk to you some
Anytime.
more anytime.
Yeah, come on back.
Badass Tina, thanks for joining. The
My
Greg,
pleasure.
take us out, sir.
All right. Well, it is. We're getting to the end of October. Like it is, the big Halloween parties are going to be this coming weekend. So make sure you get your costume ready. Make sure you got your friends set. Your
Yes.
plan is in place. And remember, when you're out there, don't be a douche.
For our show, thank you for the chat line for being on. You can always catch us on any type of podcast platform in the world. If you want to see Dre's work, please jump on either our Twitch live stream and or our YouTube channel that will be dropping this Thursday. For Badass Tina, Dre, I'm going to try this, Lamparello.
Yeah, that's what's
The
up.
Greg, this is Johnny saying take care, have a great week, podcast out.
Peace.